Senior Connections, a show about senior issues and events. A guide to active independent living. With your hosts, Margie Toms and Janet Halliday.
Welcome to Senior Connections. I'm Janet Halliday, and Margie's off today on a well-deserved break. Today we're going to talk about rehabilitation. I know everybody's really excited about that, but I have two wonderful guests from the Still Hopes Episcopal community, and one is Danielle Stevenson. She is the assistant DON, and Nick Blackburn. He is the director of the physical therapy department. Welcome to the show. Smile. Now, for those of you who don't know much about Still Hopes, Danielle, can you give us a brief history and tell us a little bit about the community?
Still Hopes originated from the Ginyard family. The property was actually donated by Jane Bruce Ginyard. She is a physician. The Episcopal home, or the Episcopal church, actually owned the land and the home, and they were trying to get funds in order to open a healthcare center, which Dr. Jane Bruce Ginyard wanted for the property.
And that's a huge property. What, 33 acres or 35 acres, something like that?
Right. Upon raising the funds, they were able to open and renovate the mansion that is still currently standing, and also open the Lowry unit with small apartments. After that, they built some more cottages, apartments. They also built the Dr. Jane Bruce Ginyard Healthcare Center. They also built Sanders Ginyard Pavilion. That actually served as a long-term care unit for memory support, skilled nursing.
Now, their recent ones, they've done independent apartments. They put two new independent apartments, right?
Right.
And I know they have all levels of care right now, except that their assisted living is called, I think, what, concierge service?
Well, we have concierge. We also have the Memory Supports Center, which is BOMAR. That is assisted living as well.
Now, the BOMAR is a special care unit.
It is.
Okay.
Right.
Well, so I know that they have the long-term care unit, but then there was a decision made recently, or in the last few years, to do a rehab unit. When did that open?
Well, in May of 2011, they made the decision and started the process to open Sanders Ginyard as a rehabilitation suite. In August of 2011, we accepted our first rehab patient. We also began construction at that time on the rehab unit, and have officially completed a $1.5 million renovation that was completed last year around October. And now we have a beautiful state-of-the-art facility.
And that's right, you do. Now, Nick, tell us what your role is on the unit. Have you been there since it opened?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And now you're technically not employed, you work for Heritage Healthcare.
Correct.
Tell us about that relationship.
Well, Heritage Healthcare is a contract therapy company. We provide physical, occupational, and speech therapy. We're contracted by Still Hopes to provide all of the therapy needs for Still Hopes on the campus for any of the residents, not only in the rehab unit, but for those independent and assisted living throughout the campus as well.
Well, now, there are a lot of rehab units out there. What basically is the difference between your rehab facility and other long-term care rehab facilities? Either one of you can answer that.
Exactly.
It's us, isn't it? Yes.
Both of us. No, I think there's a lot of things. I think the facility itself, having all private bedrooms, private bathrooms, makes the residents feel a lot more comfortable. Also less apprehensive about coming to a rehab unit, as well as the cafe for the dining experience. It's not your standard run-of-the-mill dining experience. You know, it's a special dining experience that you have that feels almost like a restaurant, but, you know, with close friends.
Okay, and we're going to take our first break, and we'll be right back after these words from our wonderful sponsor and our sponsors. And if you have need for their services, give them a call, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler, And I'm here to tell homeowners that are 62 and older about a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage.
A reverse mortgage can give you tax-free cash, no monthly mortgage payments, and you still own your home.
Call Larry Reed now, your local expert, to find out if you qualify.
Ask for your free reverse mortgage guide and DVD. And when you call now, you'll also get this lighted magnifier absolutely free.
I live alone and rarely have visitors. So when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, I knew I was in trouble.
Help!
I could barely move.
Help!
I tried calling for help, but no one could hear me. As I lay there, I couldn't help but think of my kids and grandkids having to go on without me. I was terrified. It took 8 hours for my neighbor to find me. It could have been the end of me. That's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center, where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
We save a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes. For a free Life Alert brochure, call 800-485-5621. That's 800-485-5621. Call 800-485-5621 today.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
Enhance your mobility and independence with a van from All Medical. Choose from a Dodge Caravan or a Honda Odyssey and customize it for your needs. Whether you're slightly ambulatory or in a wheelchair, you'll enjoy knowing you can get around town whenever you want. You depend on All Medical to provide services and products to fit your lifestyle. Now call on All Medical to take you that extra mile.
Don't compromise, mobilize with All Medical.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support. At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just your son and you to be just your daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
Attention catheter patients on Medicare.
I use catheters, and if you do too, please listen carefully. There is a new catheter that hurts less, and you can get a free sample by calling this number now.
Pain and urinary tract infections have been avoided by many of my patients. These new disposable catheters hurt less. It's an incredible new design that reduces pain. The eyelets are polished, so they glide smoothly and effortlessly across your sensitive skin. Call now and get a free sample. Medicare and your insurance will pay for up to 200 of these catheters per month, all at little or no cost to you.
Call now for your free sample. It will arrive with a complete 90-day order, and if it doesn't reduce your pain, we'll pick them up for free.
Please call 1-800-394-8763. That's 1-800-394-8763. 1-800-394-8763.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath or unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products today for help with safe, comfortable, independent bathing solutions. We specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Our walk-in tubs feature hydrotherapy technology, so your bath is always warm and may even increase blood flow circulation and reduce swelling. Call Comar today to schedule your showroom appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We're here talking with Danielle and Nick from Still Hope Sanders Rehab. And before the break, we were talking about the exceptional unit that they have, and you were talking about, now they have what? How many rooms on the unit?
We have a total of 22 beds. 20 of those are Medicare certified beds.
Okay. And explain to folks what you mean by Medicare certified.
Medicare certified is when you can use your Medicare benefits when you are over the age of 65 or you have a qualifying event if you are younger than 65. And you can use your Medicare benefits with a qualifying stay in the hospital. You have to have a minimum of a 3-day admission in order to qualify to use your Medicare benefits.
Now, when you say admission, you mean an admission to the hospital?
Right.
Because that is very confusing for folks. I know that recently there are some issues with observation versus admission. And folks can actually be observed in the hospital for several days and not be considered admitted, which is very confusing, even to professionals. I haven't quite figured out what that criteria is. But when you say a 3-day admitted stay to the hospital, then they're able to come back under their Medicare benefits.
Right.
And now, are there upcharges for private rooms in your facility? Like additional charges for television, telephone, those sorts of things?
Everything is included in your stay, your Medicare stay at Still Hopes on the rehab unit.
And you were saying that they are private rooms with private ensuite baths.
Correct.
Right. Which, what I liked when I toured the facility was the fact that they could roll in if they needed to on the shower chairs or whatever. There wasn't any kind of incline or threshold that they had to go through. About how many folks are on the unit in terms of the physical therapy folks? You said you do what?
We do physical, occupational, and speech therapy.
Okay. And so how many minutes per day does the average person spend in rehab?
It varies because we have a personalized approach for each patient. There's no cookie cutter plan of care. But on average, you can say at least 1 hour with physical, 1 hour with occupational therapy, and anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes with speech. But not everyone receives speech. There's not always a need for that, a skilled need.
Well, now do they have to get all 3 therapies? Can they just be there for one therapy?
They can be there just for 1, just for 2, any combination of the 3.
How do people learn about the unit? What do you do to market yourselves?
Well, I think that word of mouth is our biggest resource. We do provide exceptional care at Still Hopes, and that has gotten us our majority of our referrals. And then we also have our website, and we also offer tours of the unit by appointment.
Now, Danielle, what is the referral process for, say, someone is in the hospital, their loved one has had a stroke or maybe elective knee surgery? What do they need to do?
Whenever they're in the hospital, preferably right after surgery or once they know that they need rehab, they need to contact their caseworker or social worker at the hospital, let them know their intent of wanting to come to Still Hopes. And then that caseworker or social worker will take it over from there and send us a referral to the facility. We will review it and let you know if we have a bed available.
Now, do you accept all insurances?
We do not.
Okay.
However, we do not have a specific list for you. It would just be determined at the time we receive the referral.
Well, they're giving me that signal. We're going to close and we're going to come back and talk to someone who has actually been a patient at that rehab center. So stay tuned. And thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it. And we'll be right back.
Woodash is having a mattress sale. Why pay thousands of dollars for a Visco memory foam mattress when you can get a complete 2-piece queen set at Woodash for $3.99? This quality mattress layered with Visco memory foam features a cool, comfortable quilted top for a comfortable, cool sleep every night. Highly resilient, highly durable, and best of all, at a discount price starting at just $3.99 for the 2-piece queen set. For the lowest discount prices featuring Visco memory foam mattresses starting at $3.99, shop Woodash today. Woodash, located in the heart of the Vista, 919 Gervais.
I live alone, so when I slipped and fell in the kitchen last month and couldn't get to a phone, that's when I knew I needed Life Alert. With just one press of this button, I'm connected to the Life Alert Center. where I can get the help I need, even when I cannot reach a phone. With Life Alert, I'm never alone.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 800-485-5621. That's 800-485-5621. Call 800-485-5621 today.
At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help. Each patient has a team dedicated to providing emotional, medical, and spiritual support. At Heartstrings Hospice, we will ensure the time that you have together will allow you to be just her son and you to be just her daughter, because you shouldn't have to be anything else. At Heartstrings Hospice, we are here to help.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
As large corporations continue to take over local businesses, Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home is still family-owned and independent. They believe that bigger doesn't mean better, and people always come before profits. That trust is earned, not bought. The Carnegie and Mosley family has been serving families since 1884. Carnegie and Mosley Funeral Home. They are your neighbors, and you'll appreciate the difference.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We've been talking about the Sanders Rehab Unit at Still Hopes, and now we're going to talk to a former patient, and she's going to tell us all about her experience there. Welcome to the show, Miss Ruth Townsend.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to clarify, you do not live at Still Hopes.
No.
Okay, you were a patient in their rehab unit.
Correct.
Okay, and what brought you to the unit?
I had been in the hospital for surgery, and then I went someplace else for a few hours, and I had a heart attack, so I went back to the hospital. And when I got finished with all that, they thought I needed therapy.
They thought they needed to. Well, now, so you have had was that your first experience with any kind of rehab?
Yes.
And I think that when you initially had told me about your experience, you said actually you had told them that you were having some kind of pain and they wouldn't listen to you.
Yeah.
What brought you into that rehab unit? What had you had previous?
I had had surgery for a blockage.
Okay.
And that's why they thought that I needed therapy, because I live alone.
Mm-hmm.
When you live alone, they think you can't take care of yourself, but you can. And so that was the reason that I went to rehab, the first rehab place, and which I did not like, and it's okay if I say that.
Okay, no, that's fine. Just we won't say the name.
No, I won't say the name.
No names. But how did you select the first rehab unit?
You know, I don't remember whether they even asked me or whether that was where they had an opening. I really do not know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's fine.
But I know why I went to Still Hopes.
And tell us why you decided to go to Still Hopes.
Okay, when I was in the hospital about 5 weeks, and one of the therapists that was a part-time therapist at the hospital was also, I think she was a part-time therapist at Still Hopes, and she told me about Still Hopes. Okay. And she said, that's where you want to go.
So technically, I know that they're supposed to give you a list in the hospital of units and say, could you select your first two choices, and then they call and see if there's a bed opening. But they didn't do that, did they?
I don't think they did.
Okay.
But, you know, I was sick and
right.
weak.
You know, well, that's how it's supposed to work. It doesn't always work that way, but that's how it's supposed to work.
Okay.
So how long were you at the unit at Still Hopes?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. What did you expect when you went to rehab? Was it what you expected?
I really didn't. Well, see, I had only spent a few hours at that first place, and I knew if it was going to be like that, I didn't want to even spend the night. But when I got to Still Hopes, and of course, I grew up in Casey, so I knew about the grounds and all that stuff. And when I went to Still Hopes, I thought, what a wonderful place. And it
So
was.
you were familiar with it?
Oh, yes, yes.
Do you have friends that live there?
No. Well, now I do after being a patient.
I know. I've heard you have lots of friends. You bring them about a cake every week, it sounds like.
They would like it if I did.
Well, other than, tell us about the actual physical therapy. What did you do?
Well, they have all kind of equipment, and I thought it was fun.
You thought it was fun. Well, we're going to take.
I liked it.
We're going to take our first break, and we'll be right back after these words from our sponsor. And if you have need for their services, please give them a call.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Woodash is having a mattress sale. Why pay thousands of dollars for a Visco memory foam mattress when you can get a complete two-piece queen set at Woodash for $3.99? This quality mattress layered with Visco memory foam features a cool, comfortable quilted top for a comfortable, cool sleep every night. Highly resilient, highly durable, and best of all, at a discount price starting at just $3.99 for the two-piece queen set. For the lowest discount prices featuring Visco memory foam mattresses starting at $3.99, shop Woodash today. Woodash, located in the heart of the Vista, 919 Gervais.
If you're looking for a fun new friend, what a day. Shelters are the best places to find one.
You don't say.
There you'll discover healthy, happy, loving animals.
Nothing but the best.
Waiting to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt.
We'll always be a best of friends.
To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Hi, my name's CJ. A few years ago, my father became seriously ill. I did what I could do before he passed, but it took its toll. I lost my job, my house. I'm getting back on my feet, but I don't know when there'll be food on the table. How'd I do, CJ?
We could be twins.
Well, cousins, maybe.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Attention, catheter patients on Medicare.
I use catheters, and if you do too, please listen carefully. There is a new catheter that hurts less, and you can get a free sample by calling this number now.
Pain and urinary tract infections have been avoided by many of my patients. These new disposable catheters hurt less. It's an incredible new design that reduces pain. The eyelets are polished, so they glide smoothly and effortlessly across your sensitive skin. Call now and get a free sample. Medicare and your insurance will pay for up to 200 of these catheters per month, all at little or no cost to you.
Call now for your free sample. It will arrive with a complete 90-day order, and if it doesn't reduce your pain, we'll pick them up for free.
Please call 1-800-394-8763. That's 1-800-394-8763. 1-800-394-8763.
Are you or someone you love having difficulty getting into the tub for a bath? Unable to stand in the shower? Call Comar Products, where we specialize in products like walk-in tubs and roll-in showers. Call for an appointment or visit us at 1759 Airport Boulevard in Casey.
Welcome back to Senior Connections. We're talking with Ruth Townsend. She was a former patient at the Sanders Rehab Unit at Still Hopes, and she was telling us, I was going to ask her before we went to break, what her experience was like with Nick, the rehab manager, and so tell us what you had to say.
He was not mean. He was kind of strict.
He was kind of strict.
But that was for my benefit.
For your benefit.
And I realized that.
Overall, was there one thing that stood out in your experience that you really, really enjoyed? Like, was it the cafe? Was it the other patients?
Well, the food was great.
The food was great.
And I like to eat. And, well, everybody there is real nice. And, well, the nurses and the assistant people, even the people that made up your bed.
Wonderful.
Everybody was so nice.
And at the other facility, did you have a private room there, or did you share that room?
It was, I think it was a semi-private room, but I was the only one in there.
I see, I see.
I didn't like being there either.
Well, what advice would you give to other families when they're looking for a rehab unit or those types of services?
If they can get in at Still Hopes, I don't believe that there's another place in South Carolina that would be that good.
That would be that good, right. Well, I did forget to ask them earlier. I think that they really pull their referrals from everywhere or pretty much all over the state. I know there were a couple of people from Orangeburg in there. Now, you had said that you live in Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Had you ever been to the grounds before you
As
went
a
to
teenager.
As a teenager.
Yeah.
I see.
But then it was just the mansion and the beautiful grounds.
So after your therapy, have you had any problems?
Physically?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. If I do, it's not their fault.
I see.
Well, sometimes age might have something to do with it. I'm not complaining.
Thank you for being a guest today and sharing your experience with your rehab services at Still Hopes. And be sure and pick up your copy of Senior Living Guide and check out our website at seniorconnectionssc.com. And God bless and see us next week.